Enjoying a 7-0 lead over Eastern Regional. Ron Emmert and I going to talk a little about what we saw in the first half and what to expect. First of all, if you're Eastern Regional, what would you talk about at halftime? What would you be concerned about?
Well, I think their defensive coaches will certainly sit down and talk to their linebackers and their secondary.
Yeah, Chip LeBarc, of course, the Indians, you're used to having a little bit bigger lead at the half than 7-0, and that's only happened once that they were ever behind at the half, and that was the brick game. But what does Chip and his staff decide to do here at halftime?
Well, I think, first of all, you've got to be very, very positive, and I'm sure he is. You know, sometimes when your team is in a scoring position and you don't get in, you know, you as a coach feel as though maybe you should have done this or that, and sometimes you jump all over the kids at halftime. And right now, the worst thing you can do as a coach when you're ahead 7-0 is to berate anyone. You've got to be very positive. I'm sure he's doing that, and I'm sure what he's going to probably do is say, hey, let's keep putting people in motion. Let's keep flexing people. They're having an awful lot of problem with it. And defensively, do what we're doing right now. We're stopping that fullback. Maybe work a little bit about on the pass patterns, where they're sending people on the bootleg action type of thing. But basically, they're playing pretty sound defense. Hopefully, they'll get better field position in the second half. They had to move the ball almost 90 yards for their score, came back, almost moved another 90 yards for another score. But hopefully, they'll get better field position in the second half.
Well, I'm sure a lot of the Indian fans are sitting here right now wondering, when is the big explosion going to occur? They're used to saying, when do you expect maybe that might happen, if it's going to happen?
Well, I thought it was going to happen at the second, last part of the 6 minutes in the second quarter, and it almost did. But you know, usually they say when you come out at halftime and you get into the first or second possession, things are going to happen, and they usually do for Toms River South. If you look back on the history of their season, the first 1 or 2 possessions that they have, they wind up scoring, and that just completely dominates the opponent. And I think look for something to happen during the first or second series for Toms River South.
Okay, you've been listening to the head coach of the Southern Regional Rams, Ron Emmert, and we're going to listen right now to that great marching Indian band of Toms River High School South as they entertain here at halftime. And then Ron and I will go back up and join Ray Wilson. Get ready for the second half of action. It'll come in your way, so don't go away. Okay.
I can't understand you.